Good evening, Peter. It is Wednesday, the 2nd of June, and I am Cousin It. Okay, so you wanted me to talk about marijuana. So, marijuana, that's pretty weird. I mean, it's kind of got a J, but it doesn't sound like it's got a J. Marijuana. I feel like it's got a W. It's spelled pretty weird. Okay, so, marijuana. My biggest issue with marijuana in films and so forth is that it's seen as like some kind of no consequence drug. And as Gavin mentioned in his last video, there's a lot of consequences. The one that I was specifically thinking of was that it risks triggering schizophrenia, especially if there is a family history of it. You, Gavin, and I all know someone who that's happened to. I'm not going to go further into that. And our parents and psychiatric nurses quite often deal with... Sorry, my camera has like a face recognition thing, and for a second there, my camera didn't think I had a face. I think my main problem with marijuana sort of falls into my problem with a lot of other, I don't know, drugs and alcohol and things like that, is in pretty much every show with teenagers, particularly older high school or sort of university age, maybe a bit older, in order to have fun and live their lives, they seem to, in American things more so, they seem to need to, you know, drink alcohol or take drugs and have sex and go to parties and forget most of their lives or something. I don't know, it drives me insane that even what would be considered the more straight-laced kids, they're doing that too. And it just drives me insane because I understand that people are doing this, but not everyone is doing this. Maybe it's just that I'm going through a particular bizarre thing, but taking drugs does not appeal to me in the slightest. I can't even stand watching drug trips on television shows. I just don't get the appeal, and I've tried a half dozen different types of alcohol and they all just taste bloody awful. I don't get the appeal. I'm not a particularly socially inhibited person. I can be a bit shy, but I'm not entirely incapable of interacting socially. And there's just no real appeal for alcohol unless it has, if it tastes awful, and I know I've never been drunk, so maybe the effects of alcohol are actually particularly pleasurable, but it just doesn't have much appeal for me, and neither is taking drugs. The camera keeps thinking I don't have a head. I'm like a very tired lion. Drugs or take sex. They're either gonna have drugs or take sex.